there was a great love for drums, seminars, and dancing and stuff like that, yeah, in the Alternative. Yeah. And there was on my farm, yes, that must have been so 95. I lived on the farm there in the woods, and we had a weekend with drums. Yeah. And there were like 25 drummers and the master drummer, and fire and eating and girls dancing and so on. At the end, there was a free party. The drummers were drumming, and I was there, and there was grass. We smoked grass, man. And suddenly, I got this enhanced perception that I could hear the various drummers individually, né? How they come into harmony and who is leading and who is receding and stuff like that. Né? The waves, I felt them actually like spatial waves of acoustic waves. And I started to improvise né, on the flute né, to it. Né? And started to play into the places where I felt there was still space. Né? There I sent my melody, and I have this experience, have had at the time several times, that I can, with closed eyes, I can send the acoustic shape of the music into space, né, somewhere, and do with it something like I do with my hands when I exercise Qigong, when I stretch the arm under the water and I come up over there in those mountains. And for me, it is a real spatial experience. It's not an imagination. So it's the same with music. Okay, and then there was a girl who was dancing, and I focused the music on her, and I was moving her quasi as a puppet, né? With the sound of my flute, and she really followed it. Or I felt I am so good that I can, you know, that I can adjust to her. So then it was finished. Next morning, I felt slightly embarrassed because I disturbed the show of the master drummer, his workshop, nah? And I came to him and asked him if you felt that I disturbed, I apologize. Nah? I said, but we smoked grass and I didn't have any control. And he said, no, on the contrary, it was very good. It was very good. I have never heard somebody to play a flute against so many drummers, nah? So that he can, you know, be his own power and he can, you know, that could be a joint project. Nah? And then I went to this girl and I asked the same. Yesterday I was slightly crazy and I tried to move you with the flute if it was unpleasant for you. So, no, I felt it and it was great. It was great. And before that, when I was in the Czech Republic with Marko Pogacnik, you don't know him, it was a great teacher of mystical union with nature according to feeling the so-called dragon lines. No? He was a master of feeling where the dragon's line, these energetic lines on the globe are. And he was there in Czech Republic, and he was also here with me in Constance and in Prague, and we have made tours in these regions, localities, and he would explain what is the earth energetic structure in these places, and we did several rituals there always with singing and motion to join the energetic structure, to log into the energetic structure of the earth and to heal it. He said healing the earth means that this is damaged, this system is damaged, and we have to enhance it and repair it by singing and mystical exercises. No? We did. And we were in the top in the mountains on the Bavarian Alps in an area, and there was like 30 people doing this, and it was very, very smart because he didn't have some guru behavior. He was very modern and said, I demand that I can speak on 3 levels with you. On a purely physical level, like modern physics, no? Then on a level of analogy, like with Jung and Freud with archetypes, no? And then on the 3rd level, as a mystic, I see what I say, I see the shapes and the forms and the rhythm, then this is the 3 levels. And we always came to some place like this now, a beautiful place here, and he would say, now spread and meditate and do your own stuff now. Try to join to the place, to the lake, to the trees, to the clouds, and whatever. Then after like 1 hour or 2 hours, we shall gather together and everybody would talk about it, now, what he has experienced. Now. And then he would listen, and then he would collect all the, let us say, categorically similar images or melodies or whatever these people have said they have seen and heard, and motions, colors, shapes, motion, and he would put it together and say everybody is different, everybody sees something slightly different according to his biography, but the common ground comes through in these common shapes, forms, and melodies and rhythms, colors. And then he formed an exercise that has been built out of that. And we did it together, a chorus singing and a dance together movement, a kind of, and then an imagination meditation directed it to enhance some color, some form, some rhythm, and so on. This was going on for quite a long time, and he said, Pavlos, because I was a translator for him also, because they were German and Dutch and Czech, and I was translating to German everything what he said immediately. You think, come, we have to leave the group. He had also experienced psychology experts, or maybe even kind of quasi-shamans who were watching the group from outside. So that they were not participating, they were watching, and they were telling him something they observed. So that was really quite a sophisticated system, that he didn't want to have some sudden breakdowns or whatever people. And he told me, and these two shamans, let's go, leave the group, let's go to the top of this hill. We need more energy. And Pavlos will get it with his flute, because before that already he told me to play a flute at a lake that was, kind of looked like dead, like too much dirt and chemistry inside. He said, Pavlos, try to wake up this lake, and the group was there around me. So I played and I tried to send this snake-like, light-like tentacles, acoustic, from my flute into the lake, and to mix it and to move it. And suddenly everybody was shouting and applauding. I played with closed eyes, so I don't know what happened. So I opened my eyes and I saw the fish were jumping out of the lake. Jumping out of the lake. And I remember, on that account, the guy, the guru, the great Geomantic master, he called me, Pavlos will get energy to our place from the hill on the horizon. There is a huge castle, a fortress from the Middle Ages that was never taken. It was built by the Emperor Charles IV to guard the golden trail between Southern Europe, Bavaria, Czech Republic, and then Poland. A trail, business trail, and also they transported gold. And it was a fortress, a military fortress, and it was really truly in the history, it was never taken. So Pavlos stands there playing improvisation, trying to get with my tentacles of music around the castle, circling around the tower, and then pulling the energy from there to our place. And suddenly I saw that not only my music is circling around, but warriors on horses, medieval style, with all this iron and so stuff. And they were becoming more and more and more, and then Master Geoman said, Pavlos, now pull it to our place. So I pull it to our place, and I literally heard hoofs, like thousands of horses' hoof, hitting the sky was trembling, and they ran over us, and all four of us were thrown to the ground. with the impact. No? And then the great Guru, German master says, very good, now we have the energy, let's return back to our work. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a short explanation of the influence of music, vision, and geomancy on the healing of the planet Earth. See you later. Bye-bye.